Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the TJ and the Grumpy Old Man podcast. I'm your host, Sunex, and with me today, as always, is our sports analyst and expert, the Grumpy Old Man. They say there's no shame to his game because he's always the same. Isn't that right, Grumpy?
That's me.
That's right. That is you. So before we get into our show today, got to go over a little housekeeping first. If you guys do enjoy the content over here, and even if you don't, please like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment so we can juice up that algorithm and get this podcast out to as many people as possible. We want everybody watching. Everybody. We usually shoot to have the show every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then if you do enjoy the content over here, we have another show called the Islanders Never Say Die podcast, and that is hosted by myself and Grumpy, and that show is every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Isn't that right, Grump?
That is right, Mr. X.
That is right. So, as the title shows, we have some information on Mr. Moore over here with Michigan. Some crazy
Hold
stuff.
on. Before we get into that.
Okay.
Did you see that video that got sent out today? That Bigfoot sighting?
Oh my God. I don't have it for the show. So
really?
Whoa.
Because
what Grumpy is saying is I filled up the waters today, and he said that it's like a Bigfoot sighting.
And there's video proof. Videographic proof. Of course, I had to kiss his ass to get him to do it.
No, you didn't.
But he did do it.
It's okay. It's all right, Grumpy.
Let's give him some credit there.
But anyway, let's go ahead and share this up here. It says Sherrone Moore has been charged with third-degree home invasion, stalking.
Can you get it so we can actually see the girl? Because this is the girl in question.
Yes, give me a second.
This is the young lady in question who he's had an inappropriate relationship with for the last few years. He's a married man with 3 young daughters. Do you know anything about this, X? Anything?
Me? Yes.
Okay.
He was canned for Michigan. He broke it. So he originally he was having an affair with this girl.
Got her pregnant, made her get an abortion.
Yep. She ended up breaking it off.
Gave him first he gave her a big promotion.
Yes, and gave her a 55% raise from the previous year. So I think she was making like around $90,000 is what it said, what the report had said, which that's your first indication what the hell is going on, right?
And they knew. The thing is, Michigan knew.
Oh, absolutely they did.
Now, they couldn't prove it. More
all the money.
Well, more. Here's the thing. I just think it's funny that as soon as they lose to Ohio State, he gets bounced.
Yes.
Now,
he got canned.
And he's saying they had it out for him for a while. But if he's been doing these things, which he knows he should not be doing, and they just didn't have the proof until she broke it off, he broke into her apartment and held her at knife point as well as himself. He said he was going to kill himself with a knife and kill
take her out first.
I don't. Okay,
that's what he had said. He said I'm going to kill myself, but first I'm going to take you out. Is what he said.
I mean, okay, it's bad, right?
Yes,
it's bad. It could have been so much worse. That's the way
he could have killed her and killed himself. That would absolutely.
That absolutely would have been worse.
Yes,
for certain.
I agree. Yeah, you never want anybody to die.
I just look at just some of the reaction to this, and you got certain guys who want to play the race called this sets back black head coaches. I don't think so.
He made the decisions to do this. It's not like anybody, held a gun to his head and said, yeah, we want you to have an affair with this girl. We want you to go ahead and once she breaks it off, break into her house and threaten to kill her and then threaten to kill yourself. Like nobody held a gun to his head and told him to do that. He did that on his own. Those are his own actions.
But you just listen to some of the pundits and it's like, well, he set back black head coaches, for fooling around with a white woman and all this stuff. I don't think that's the case. I just think I'm just not a big believer in the race card, and particularly at this day and time. there's a lot of black head coaches. I don't think it has anything to do with anything. I think it hurts him personally trying to get a job for the next few years. And they tried to say, well, if Bobby Petrino, he didn't suffer. I'm like, let's look at Bobby Petrino. How many years was he out of the coaching gig after
his? Do you really think this guy's going to get another job?
I think eventually at a lower level school, he will get another opportunity. But like they just mentioned Bobby Petrino. I mean, we can talk about Bobby Petrino also, who I think he was coaching Arkansas again this year, but he had the issues with the girl on the motorcycle and, while he was married, and he got canned. But it was a long time before he got another job. It's not a good look for a place of higher learning, if you will. And I just think to try to lump him with Bobby Petrino, what he did was nothing like Sherrone Moore did. Yeah. I mean, Bobby Petrino didn't threaten to kill anybody and get arrested. Do I feel bad for him? I do. But that doesn't mean that he shouldn't be held responsible for his actions. But I do feel bad for him. And who I feel the worst for, actually?
His wife and his kids.
His wife and his kids.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he absolutely just did a speed run on how quickly can I ruin my life.
Yeah.
And he won.
Yeah. Now, the thing is, Michigan knew about this. They knew it was going on.
Absolutely. Okay. All these schools know about all this stuff that happens. Just like, remember, what was it? Was it Rick Pitino at Louisville with the hiring the escorts and stuff for the kids? The school
he wasn't doing that.
He knew that shit was going on. Now, everybody else there knew that shit was going on. The players knew that shit was going on. Everybody knew that was going on.
Now, he got canned for that.
Yeah, he did.
And, as the guy who's ahead, and that's what happens when you're the head of the program, something goes bad, the coach has to go. I mean, and I think, and it was a while before Rick Pitino got a job again. When there's these salacious things that go on, the coach is the one who suffers.
Even the Jerry Sandusky stuff. I mean, who was it? Who's the head coach of Penn State? I can't remember his name off the top
Joe
of my head.
Paterno.
Joe Paterno. Yeah, Joe Paterno got canned for it because it happened under his watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, I'm sure that these people have some sort of knowledge of what's going on.
The fact that this girl is hanging around with him during the games is a problem. Everyone knew about it. They knew about it, but they couldn't prove anything until she broke it off from him, and she went, burn that bridge. I mean, I'm sure she got canned too, right? I mean, let's be honest.
Another thing also that popped up was he was apparently messaging a OnlyFans girl in the middle of a game saying that he could get her seats to the Ohio State game.
See, those type of things make it hard. You're supposed to be a leader of men.
Or, right? Focusing on your job, which is to win football games, right? I mean, you're over here messaging, OnlyFans girls, trying to hook up with them and get them tickets to your next game. Like, dude, come on. Not a good look.
Yeah, he was thinking with this third leg.
Yeah, and
it cost him. It's cost him.
I don't know. I'd be shocked if he got another job somewhere else. That's just me.
I'm not saying he's getting one this year or next year, but okay, here's the thing. When he was hired as the head coach, I didn't think he deserved the job. If you remember, I'm like, why is this guy the head coach? He's been 8-4 his last 2 years at Michigan.
Yep.
That's not good enough at Michigan. You need to be better than that.
Yeah.
I mean, they beat Ohio State last year. They lost this year.
I'm telling you, that's the only reason he kept his job last year is because they beat Ohio State. If they would have lost to Ohio State, he would have been canned last year. Absolutely would, because the team was a dumpster fire last year. Terrible.
And yeah, he's just not a good coach.
No, he's not.
I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying. Like, especially doing this now on top of that, what makes you think that a school would want to select him as a coach?
I think, he's a little bit different than the Patinos and the Petrinos and these other guys.
They weren't directly involved with it. It happened under their watch, but they weren't directly involved with it. He was
like Ume Udoka, who was coaching the Celtics. He was fooling around with the staffer. It's always the same with these guys, right? Always the same. I mean, you know what? Stop hiring women in positions of power or for teams.
Okay, no, that's not it. Here, how about this? Control yourself.
Okay, but why are these women getting these jobs? Why are they getting these jobs? Are they eminently qualified?
It's not like she had some sort of crazy powerful job on the
Oh,
team.
she's got a crazy power about her, though.
She ended up getting a nice crazy raise from what she was doing, but
Yeah,
at the same time, it's not like she was, the head defensive coordinator of the team or anything like that. It's not like she was in a crazy position on the team. I think she worked. I don't know exactly what position she worked.
And she was assisting him in many a way, I guess.
I mean, I'm just saying it's control yourself, self-control. But
it's true. It's true. I mean, so like I said, well, you're talking about Rick Pitino or Ime Udoka or Bobby Petrino. These guys were established as being really good coaches. So I mean, there was a cooling off period, of course, but eventually they'll get a second chance. Now, will he get a second chance as a head coach in college?
No.
Maybe not initially, but
he's not even good now, and he's making mistakes like that. Why?
As a defensive coordinator, I could see him getting another job. He's going to have to. I don't know.
Your record sucks, and then you're also doing this nonsense off the field. Yeah, we're not. All this
comedy with all the comedy playing with that young girl.
No, I'm sorry, not happening. But anyway, Grumpy, we can get to the next topic if you're finished with this. I feel like we've hit this.
That's a big topic. I mean, that's like a big topic, X.
I mean, I feel like we hit everything. We hit everything with it.
Honestly, that's the biggest sports story of the week is Sherrone Moore. It is.
Yeah, it's big. It's certain big. I mean, I think the Heisman also is pretty big, wouldn't you say? The Heisman Trophy.
Yeah.
Given out this year. And Fernando Mendoza won. Thoughts
on
that, Grumpy?
Good for him.
Yeah, no.
I'm glad he won. He's the first.
He seems like a really nice guy.
Yep.
He's a little weird. Especially his like end. I guess what was it, the Big Ten championship game after that. I don't think he's done very many, interviews after games because I don't know. He was like crying and smiling and laughing at the same time and like saying a bunch of weird stuff after the Big Ten championship.
I don't know. I'm rooting for him.
He seems like a nice guy. He seems like a nice guy. Another thing I found out too, they all have scripts that they read while they're up there. It's not like they're just going off the cuff when they're saying this stuff. They're all.
I'm sure they have scripts.
Well, we could see if you looked at the back glass behind him in the window, you could see the teleprompter rolling through.
Well, realize any of these award shows, these people all have scripted things that they talk about.
Not all of them. Not all of them.
All of them. Every single one of them. You think they're remembering everybody's freaking name?
They don't do that. But some of them they don't read off a script at all. Some of them they just go off the cuff and about how they feel.
Nobody goes off the cuff anymore. Nobody.
Maybe not anymore. They used to. Anyway, I have some statistics to pull up here for you, Grumpy.
You don't try to slip. And this is the first Indiana player to
ever win a Heisman. Correct. Yes.
And good for him.
I think that granted, I think he absolutely was deserving of the award. I'm not saying that he didn't deserve the award this year. I'm just saying, look at the level of play in college football. I think is down substantially from prior years.
Okay. Just looking at this, these guys, look at where they're playing. Okay. Look at what the offenses are. Indiana runs a balanced offense. They run the ball a lot. So his passing numbers are going to not be what you see from Joe Burrow or Jaden Daniels or Caleb Williams. They throw the ball all the time.
Okay. Also, you have to reference that year that Joe Burrow won. He had 60 touchdowns. 60. That kid had I think 30.
Okay.
About half.
But to say that it's the worst, for those who are just listening and not watching, there's an SEC numbers guy. Sounds like a douche. Says comparing Fernando Mendoza.
You mean facts or douche?
Comparing. Here's the thing. Here's why he's a douche. Here's why he's a douche. He doesn't give any context to the numbers that he's putting up. That's what he doesn't do. It's not like I'm going to guarantee you if you look at the number of passes thrown, they're going to be a boatload more for these other quarterbacks. Indiana plays in the Big Ten in the cold weather. It's a balanced attack. These other teams, let's see, Jaden Daniels, LSU, good weather all year long. Caleb Williams, is that Caleb Williams? Yeah. USC, good weather. Bryce Young, good weather. Domes a lot of time. LSU, Joe Burrow.
Lamar Jackson, he ran the ball a shit ton All he could do was run in college. He
Okay.
ran a shit ton. He still had more yards than the other kid did.
I'm not saying he's the greatest. He put up the greatest year of
Marcus
Heisman
Mariota
Trophy.
plays in the Big
I,
Ten. 4,450.
Marcus Mariota played in the Pac. He played in
Okay,
the
sorry, that's when Oregon was in the
at the time.
Pac-12. That's right. That is when Oregon was in the Pac-12.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Johnny Manziel, SEC, down in Texas. Robert Griffin III. Where did he go to school?
Baylor.
Okay.
Big
12, where all they do is throw the ball all the time, right?
I'm just saying. Okay. At the same point in time, you can poo-poo that all you want.
Okay. No. I'm just poo-pooing Dr. Douche, the SEC numbers guy who puts this up here without any context.
I don't care that the other players threw more. Guess what? That means that they're more involved in the game. It means they're more involved in the game, though. It means they're more involved in the game than the other kid is. If you're running the ball all the time, how is that kid putting up stats?
You want to know what? Look at those other guys.
They don't give the award to the team with the best record at the end of the year.
How many guys
do that? Because then how the hell did Travis Hunter win it last year?
How many times when it counted at the end of games did he come up and just make the big plays? Penn State, Oregon State.
That wasn't him making a big play. That was the kid making a fantastic catch.
He's the one throwing it
to a wide open wide receiver,
driving him down the field.
To a wide open wide receiver.
And he was great against
blown coverage.
The number one. He was great against the number one defense in college football, Ohio State.
And that's what I'm saying. Though, look at how poor college football is this year compared to years previously.
I just don't like.
Look at how poor you're actually going to sit there and tell me that you think that college football now is just as good as it was 4 or 5 years ago. That the talent level is the same.
No, here's what.
It's substantially down from what it used to be.
What I'm saying is, unfortunately, with NIL, guys don't stick around. So if you're good, you get a chance to hop from team to team. You're not going to have a chance to develop your game. Look at quarterback play in college and in pro ball. Everybody's throwing the ball sidearm, 3/4 underhand. They just don't look good, right? They're not being taught anything. And you're seeing now Mendoza is a throwback quarterback. He can maneuver a little bit in the pocket. He can run a little bit, but he's a pocket passer, right? I mean, that's what you're looking at. Right now, everything is about putting the best athletes on the field on the offensive side of the ball at particular quarterback. If you can run and you have arm strength, you're going to be a quarterback, regardless if you develop your talent or not. And you can put up big numbers against college football teams. Why? Because the defenses aren't as good. You used to have really high quality athletes on defense. I'm not saying there are none, but most of them are on offensive now, offensive players playing wide receiver, playing quarterback, playing running back. And you're seeing on defenses that high-end elite talent is not on the defensive side of the ball anymore. It's on the offensive side.
Here's another thing I wanted to put up as well. Look at this. This is Johnny Manziel compared to Jeremiah Love, who also was up for the Heisman. Johnny Manziel's a quarterback. They had around the same exact rushes. Johnny Manziel had more rushing yards and more rushing touchdowns than a running back did. College football has fallen off. It absolutely has. It's nowhere near as good as it used to be. The players are nowhere near as good as they used to be. That's just facts. That's just facts. Not even including all the passing touchdowns he had that year and all the passing yards he had that year. Literally had more rushing yards on around the same exact amount of attempts and more rushing touchdowns than the number 2 Heisman finalist did. The sport's fallen off.
Okay, I think it's down a little bit, but I think a lot of this has to do with COVID too. I think the kids who didn't play in high school because they canceled football for a year, I think it hurts development. I think you're seeing that in all sports. Young players come in are not as good because for whatever reason, their athletics were derailed for a year and a half.
I just think the talent level is not as good.
I don't think it's talent. I think it's the fact that they didn't get to play for a year and a half. I think it'll rectify itself in a couple of years. But I mean, you're talking about the high school kids who didn't get to play, in 2020, 2021. You're talking about them, and it's like, okay, they lost years development in high school. So you have to coach them up in college. And it just is what it is. I don't think the coaching is great in college. I think it's more of a roll the ball out there, let's play street ball type game, as opposed to what it used to be. That's why do you think guys don't pan out in the pros? Because guess what? It's more structured in the pros. You have to play within the system. Why do you think a guy like Bo Nix can be successful? He went 6 years college, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And he plays in a structured system with Sean Payton.
Also helps that his defense is really damn good too.
But okay, I don't care what you say.
Game.
I don't care what you say about that. All I know is that Bo Nix wins games. Say what you will. He wins games. That's what you're there to do. Guide your team to victory.
Well, let's see what he does. Let's see what he does in the playoffs this year. I'll be curious.
They beat a good Green Bay team today.
They also lost Micah Parsons today. We can roll into the next subject if you'd like, if you're done talking about the Heisman.
Well, I guess I'm done talking about the Heisman, I guess.
No, we can continue. Okay. I'm just saying, I think that looking at the statistics that the kids put up this year who were up for the Heisman, I think this sport has fallen off substantially with talent when it comes to talent.
Okay, there wasn't a runaway winner in the Heisman this year.
Last year, there should have been one, but they didn't give it to him. Ashton Genty should have won last year. Okay. I mean, he almost put up the same numbers that Barry Sanders did, which is like video game-esque numbers. If Ashton Genty was playing this year, he would have run away with the Heisman this year. Absolutely run away with the Heisman.
Okay, but he wasn't with the Heisman this year.
Actually, sorry, if Travis Hunter was still in there, they still probably would have given it to him.
Yeah, I mean, Travis Hunter, was he great last year?
Nope. No. He didn't deserve it.
His team wasn't even that good. He got the hype, the Deion Sanders rub.
Also because he played both ways. He wasn't the best wide receiver in the country last year, and he wasn't the best corner in the country last year, and somehow he wins the award.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I just find it ridiculous. I don't know. I just, looking at the statistics from the players who are up this year compared to the players from previous years, it's just not even close to me. I think that the sport is down this year.
Okay, so it's a down year. It happens.
I mean, would you consider Mendoza one of the worst Heisman winners in the history?
No. Go back through history and take a look at the numbers of the guys from 40 years ago. The game changes.
I guarantee they probably put up more rushing yards and more rushing touchdowns than he did.
Quarterbacks? Absolutely not. Running backs
they probably
put
up more
back in the
passing yards then. I guarantee they probably put up more passing yards.
Look at Jason White. Look at Jason White's numbers from Oklahoma when he won the Heisman. Tell me how great he was. I mean, and that's like early 2000s, 2001? So 20 some odd years ago. I mean,
pulling up right now.
Here's the thing. That kid led them on how many comeback victories. That's why he won the Heisman. He's a winner. Good for him. Took a crappy Indiana team and has them number one in the country, undefeated. The only undefeated team in the country. Good for him. I'm rooting for him.
Jason White's stats were better.
Okay, he threw 38,
almost 4,000 yards, 40 touchdowns, which is 10 more touchdowns than the other kid. He threw 5 more interceptions, but he also threw for 1,000 more yards than the other kid did.
He threw
10 more touchdowns.
He threw 451 passes.
Okay. What? Again, he's more involved in the wins.
No.
He's more involved in the wins. Yes, he is.
No, dude. Here's the thing. When they're playing a balanced offense, your quarterback's not going to be throwing the ball every play. How many passes did Mendoza throw this year?
Okay, so hold on. No. Answer my question. If you're primarily throwing the ball all the time, would you say that your quarterback in games that you win is more involved in your wins than a guy who's just handing the ball off to a running back?
Not necessarily.
Bullshit. You're wrong. So you think that every game that the Colts are winning when Jonathan Taylor was rushing for over 200 yards and scoring 3 touchdowns, well, that's all Daniel Jones putting up those numbers. That's Daniel Jones winning those games.
That's not Jonathan Taylor. Indiana. It's not what happened in
Indiana. You're stating the fact that because they run a balanced offense and he's not involved in every play, well, who gives a shit? That means he's not involved in winning the games as much as the guy who's throwing the ball all the time.
How many passes did he throw? That's all I'm asking.
Let me look it up.
What were his passes and completions? Because it seems like you want to shit all over this kid who all he did was win and make in a clutch in big time moments. He came through. That's what MVPs and Heisman Trophy winners are made of. They just are. I mean, I don't see why anyone wants to dump on this kid. I like him a lot. First of all, he's a good kid. I'm not saying he's the greatest quarterback who's ever played, but I'm going to tell you what. He's damn
He
good.
threw the ball 316 times.
316 times. So how many yards did he have?
2,980.
Okay, so this guy threw for 900 more yards on 150 more passing attempts. You know what that means? That he wasn't as good. It means the other kid maximized his opportunity to throw the ball.
Wasn't as good, but yet is involved more in the game than the other kid.
I don't care if you're involved more in the game. It's about winning. And he won for his team.
Should we look up the rushing stats?
Look up the rushing stats. Go ahead. He ran the ball too.
Let's see.
Like I said, I don't understand why you want to shit on this kid. He's damn deserving. He's
69 carries for 240 yards for Mendoza. 69 carries for 249 yards. Let's see. What's the rushing stats for him? Oh my God, I hate these pop-ups, man. No, go on, get rid of this stupid thing. Which is
you're probably gonna have to scroll down to rushing stats.
Rushing and receiving.
So how many rushing yards did he have? That's a negative.
52 carries for 164 yards.
Okay, that. When did he win the Heisman? He didn't win. He won it in his last year. He won it in 2003 when he had minus 150 yards rushing. Now in college, when you get sacked, that goes as negative rushing yards for the quarterback.
Yeah, or when you're taking knees at the end of the game because you're winning.
Okay,
that's negative yards too.
Okay, here's the thing: he didn't run the ball like the Mendoza kid did. Right? That's fair to say. He did not.
He also didn't have the numbers in passing yards like the Mendoza kid did he?
400-yard difference.
He didn't have the passing yards. If you add his rushing stats and his passing stats together, the other guy put up better numbers.
This kid's a winner.
The white kid put up better numbers if you add them both together. No, not involved as much in the game as the other kid.
Capital W.
He's not involved as much in the game as the kid as White. Not involved in the game as much. Sorry, not involved. Not involved as much.
He would have won the Heisman Trophy back then.
He wouldn't have.
He probably deserved the Heisman Trophy every single
Look
year.
at the stats.
Except
for
the Burrow.
stats. Look at the stats. Yeah, Joe Burrow would have cleaned the floor with him with 60 touchdowns.
Except for
and
Burrow.
5,000 yards.
He's good. He's good. You can hate on him all you want. He's got the Heisman Trophy. You don't.
Yeah, I don't have a Heisman Trophy. I didn't play.
And he deserved it. He absolutely deserved it.
Yeah, maybe this year because if he played last year, he wouldn't have won that shit. No way in hell would he have won that.
Won last year
no freaking way. Hell no, he would not have won.
If he played like he did this year, he would have won.
No, he would not have. No, he would not have. No, he wouldn't have. Should we look up who won last year? Was it Jaden Daniels?
It was Travis Hunter.
Oh, okay. You want to compare Ashton Genty's stats to Mendoza's stats as a running back?
I bet. Yeah, he didn't throw any touchdown passes, did he?
He sure as hell ran a lot more. Sure as hell had a lot more touchdowns.
In a shitty conference, playing in the best.
I don't care.
I don't care.
I don't care.
It means something.
He plays he plays one team all year. The Mendoza kid. He played one team all year. He played a shit Oregon team.
And he beat Ohio State.
Oregon team, and he played Ohio State at the end.
Okay, well, don't say that.
He played one team. He played one team all year. One.
Two.
One. I don't think Oregon's worth shit.
What, Ohio State doesn't
I think Ohio State's good. I don't think Oregon's good. I think Oregon's rated where they are because they don't play anyone.
Oregon's number 5 team in the country. They lost
not deservingly number 5.
One game all year.
Ole Miss lost one game all year, and they're better than them.
One.
Ole Miss is better than them. Ole Miss is better than them. Ole Miss is better than them.
The only loss on Oregon and Ohio State's schedule this year were to this kid and Indiana, a program that has been miserable my whole life. Honestly, first time they've won a trophy. A Big Ten conference outright since 1965.
Oh, so because it's a good story, you think that he just deserves the award?
I'm just saying he elevated that program.
No, that's what you're saying.
He elevated the program.
You think it's a good story? He deserves the award.
I'm saying he had to overcome a lot.
He deserves the award. I mean, I guess it's just a participation trophy.
Good for you, baby.
That's how we look at it. It's a participation
Fernando Mendoza, baby. I'm happy for you. Good for him.
Well, don't worry. Don't worry. Ashton Genty almost had as many rushing yards as that guy did passing yards. He had 2,601 rushing yards.
How many carries?
On 374 carries.
Well, shit, he had more carries
than the same amount of passing yards that kid
had more rushes. He had more rushing attempts than Mendoza had passing attempts.
29 touchdowns, and then receiving yards. In other words, he had 138 receiving yards.
More often, and he didn't have as many yards. Period. That shoots your theory right out the window.
Wrong.
Absolutely. How many yards? How many yards was he responsible for, and how many yards is Mendoza responsible
Mendoza had more passes than that.
Oh, does it? No, he didn't. He had 319.
I thought he had 390. I thought he had 390.
319 is what you
Okay.
said. And this kid had 390 rushing attempts. He didn't have the same amount of yards.
Let's look up Jaden Daniels stats. Let's look up Jaden Daniels stats so we can match quarterback to quarterback. Let's look that up from 2 years ago.
Let's look at how many times he threw the ball.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Look at the stats. Look at the stats.
Brian Thomas.
I don't give a shit.
Well,
I don't give a shit. Look at his stats. I don't care. I don't care. Look at the stats that he put up. That's all I care about. The numbers at the end of the day. Who put up the best numbers?
So
I don't give a shit who he played with. I don't care how many times he did something.
So level
of the best numbers up.
When one guy,
congratulations, you rode on somebody else's coattails and let them drag your ass to victory. That's essentially what you're saying.
You're just disingenuous. This kid's really good.
He's not. He's not.
He is. He's really good.
Let's see how he fares against the SEC team. Let's see how he fares against the SEC team. Instead of playing these useless ass Big Ten teams that ain't worth shit. Let's see how he fares against SEC team.
Can I tell you?
He played against a freshman quarterback. That was his best win. It was against a freshman quarterback. Congratulations, you're a stud, man.
When Oklahoma or Alabama play him, they're going to get rolled.
Yeah, because they're okay. If Georgia plays them, Georgia will beat them. If Georgia plays them, Georgia will beat them.
I'm going to say no to that.
I'm going to say yes to that. Georgia will beat them if they play them.
If Georgia can even beat Ohio State, they're going to have to play
Georgia can beat Ohio State.
We'll find out. I can't wait for your little theory to be crushed, just like every other
40 touchdowns. Oh, hold on. How many attempts did Mendoza have? How many was it? 319?
319.
327 attempts for Jaden Daniels for 3,812 yards and 40 touchdowns. Yeah. Okay. Jaden Daniels better than him. Better than his ass. Better than him. Thank you very much.
What was better than him. What was LSU's record?
Now let's go look at the rushing stats for Jaden Daniels. Let's look at those.
What was LSU's record?
I don't give a shit what their record is. We're talking about stats.
It's about winning games.
No, it's not. It's about stats. It's about stats at the end of the day.
It's not a video game.
Okay, then why did Lamar Jackson win with Louisville? Why did he win with Louisville? They didn't have an undefeated record. They didn't have the best record in NCAA. They didn't have multiple people were up that year.
Let me stop you. We've spent too much time on this topic. Let's move on.
Let's just go to the last thing. 135 rushing attempts. 135 rushing attempts for Jaden Daniels for 1,134 yards. Yeah, Jaden Daniels, a hell of a lot better college quarterback than Mendoza.
He was how old was he? 24? Okay, thanks.
Jaden Daniels?
Yes. He was old.
He had 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. No, not 24. No. What, 22?
How old was
22? 22?
No, he's older than that. He had his redshirt year too, and he transferred from Arizona.
He transferred from Arizona State, and I'm including all the games. I'm including all the games. You realize when he transferred in 2021, he played in 2022.
How old is he?
Let's see.
That's my question. This kid's 22. How old was Jaden Daniels? 24. I know he played 5 years in college.
Oh, 23. He was 23.
Oh, he was 23. Okay.
So now we're nitpicking age. I thought we were looking at stats. I thought we were looking at stats and attempts.
The more you play, the more games you play, the better you're going to be.
Tough shit.
Okay.
There are players who win as freshmen.
Let's move on to the next topic. I don't know why you're shitting on
Jaden Daniels better than him. Not even close.
Who cares?
Not even close. Not even freaking close.
We'll find out.
He didn't deserve the award.
He did. Because nobody
all the sorry ass competition that he played against this year. Sure. Yes.
Let's move on. Let's move on. What do we want to talk about next, Mr. X? I think people realize you just kind of tunnel up on something, and I bet you could spend 4 hours just ragging on this poor kid.
I could spend more than 4 hours ragging.
We're done with that. Okay, let's see what we got.
Yep, looks like a shin pop back ACL. This is from our boy Micah Parsons,
and that's what it was. He's been diagnosed with a torn ACL. Again, those non-contact injuries they're always bad.
Yes, correct.
They're always bad.
Yeah, he will be missing probably definitely will be missing the rest of this year and probably almost essentially all of next year too. Yeah.
And you don't know how guys come back from that, right?
Yeah. There were a lot of injuries in the NFL today.
And that hurts the Packers. in their playoff run. I mean, they're going to make the
absolutely.
playoffs.
You lose your best pass rusher and probably arguably the best pass rusher with the exception of Myles Garrett in the NFL.
In the NFL, yeah.
That's definitely going to hurt your team.
Big loss.
Absolutely. I want your opinion on this. Do you feel that this should have been a helmet-to-helmet hit or an ejection? I'm just curious.
I have not seen this.
This is Charger safety Tony Jefferson ejected for his hit and likely facing a fine as well. Let's take a look here.
Was in there and a conversation.
I mean, a couple of Chiefs guys hit him with their helmets.
Look at who's always in the middle.
Kelsey. He's a bitch.
Yep.
You know where he's going to be on New Year's Day? Sitting on his couch. That's where he's going to be.
I was going to say unemployment line.
Yeah, that's it for him. I don't even know what he did. What did he do?
You'll see it.
He had the big hit on Rashee Rice a couple of times.
Okay, he needs to be smarter, though. If you're away.
On this drive. And then that time
knocked out.
That's not Rashee Rice that he hit. He hit Rashee Rice earlier, which I do have that.
Keep your helmet on the field there. Juju Smith-Schuster. It's Jim Harbaugh. Oh, this. What are they're praying? You know what they're praying for? Come on, refs. Get us in the playoffs somehow. I still haven't seen what he's done.
It's coming up.
Rashee Rice and Jefferson going at it now. Somehow they let them back together.
Number 23. This penalty will be added to the end of the play. It's first down.
Who's this guy on the ground?
This was just going on. Like I said, Rashee Rice somehow found his way through the Chargers and the coaching staff to get to Jefferson. Here's the play one more time. Thornton up the seam. The hit to the head or neck
Looks like
area.
a good clean hit to me.
Jefferson helmet to helmet.
Helmet to helmet.
Here's my thing. What is the defensive player supposed to do in a
The guy
situation like that?
Ducked down, he got
ducked
lit
his
up.
head down and got hit. He ducked his head into the tackle and got hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got knocked out.
Yeah. Oh, well, here's the thing. Tyquan Thornton sucks anyway. Let's be honest.
Yeah. I just, I'm sorry. To me, no. And then I'm going to pull up that Rashee Rice hit here. Yeah, here we go. We can read the comment here. The comment's pretty good.
Oh.
It says Rashee Rice getting hit at a high rate of speed and the person that hit him quickly leaving the scene. Karma.
Oh, ho, ho. Now that's kind of funny.
This is the second week in a row he's been lit up.
It's because his quarterback sucks and throws him hospital passes.
Boom! Nothing made me happier than seeing that.
That's a clean hit, too.
Yep.
Both times the play's incomplete.
You think they know their playbook? You think
Yes.
You think the Chargers knew it was coming?
It's clean. It's
Man, I don't know. There's all shit flying off his uniform, front, back, mouth guard, helmet thing. He got lit up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a piece of garbage, and I'm happy he got destroyed. Hate to say it.
We'll see.
And
but yeah, there's a lot of injuries. Were there any other injuries, X?
Here's another injury. Well, I have a couple other ones, but I'll play this one for you, Grumpy. Uh-oh. Who is that that's on the ground there, Grump? I don't know who that is. Oh, Patrick Mahomes just suffered a scary-looking knee injury.
Okay, it wasn't scary looking, first of all. Just stop.
Let's go. Let's watch it. Let's watch it. We can judge for ourselves whether it's scary.
Another non-contact injury, and they're just, his knee hasn't been 100% all. Stop. Then why is he running so much? They're full of shit. Stop glazing on this kid. He's not that good. You've seen it the last number of years. Unless he has exceptional talent that he's throwing to, he's just not that good. He can't reach wide receivers. They don't score points. That's on the quarterback. Sorry.
He threw an interception today in the red zone. They were well within field goal range to tie the game up, and he threw a pick. That's on him.
You know what I think is funny? I don't think it's funny. I mean, I don't wish anybody any ill will. All right. All talking shit about him besides.
Yeah.
But you're seeing his numbers dropping precipitously.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and this is when he should be at his best. Is you look at the people's champion and how he got better and better and better over his career. That's not going to be the case with this guy.
His game is predicated a lot on movement as well.
That's
and
right.
Rolling out of the pocket. I wonder how this is going to affect him.
He's always hobbling around. You don't get less gimpy the older you get. Let me just tell you that from personal experience.
Let alone after an ACL tear.
Yeah. So how much is he? I mean, he was running the ball a lot. Can this be good for Kansas City in the long run? Because he'll miss. I think he'll play next year at some point in time.
He's going to miss some games, though, for
I
sure.
think he'll miss some games for certain. And I think his running will be down. He's a horrible quarterback when it comes to form. He makes a lot of off-platform plays,
jumping up throws, in the air, crazy,
jumping up in the air, just throwing balls into spots and hoping his wide receivers get there. But his arm strength has not been good. His fundamentals are terrible. When you keep him in the pocket, he's invisible. He's absolutely invisible. That's always been the case with him. And I'm not putting him down. I'm putting down all these pundits who think how great he is. You know what you don't hear anymore? You know what you haven't heard for the last couple of years?
Him being close to Brady.
Absolutely. You don't even hear that shit anymore.
Well, I was going to say one thing, Grumpy. There's no need to put him down because he did it to himself today. Let's roll the clip.
I mean, yeah. Oh, mommy.
Okay, now I've never torn an ACL, but I can only imagine it's probably pretty painful.
He was able to walk it off. Yeah, I mean, Brady didn't cry on the ground like this guy did when he got his ACL. That was hit. It was caved in by a Kansas City.
Watching it again, hit by hand.
Watch as he goes to the ground. It looks like the left knee.
Yep.
He got hurt.
Okay, I'll say one thing. Zach Ertz ACL tear was a hell of a lot worse than that. I don't know if you saw that, Grumpy.
I did not see that. I heard it was very ugly looking. I don't like to look at
his leg looked like an action figure, but it was bending the wrong way.
But what are the ramifications? It's not like Kansas City was even making the playoffs anyway. He got hurt in the last 20 seconds of this game where he couldn't complete a pass as usual down the stretch.
Gardner Minshew honestly looked better than him until he
sure enough did. You know what Gardner Minshew does? He throws a ball on time and he throws it on the line.
Yep.
It's not just, he's not throwing behind guys. He's not trying to run around, throw jump balls out there. He plays within the system. How can this help? I mean, Kansas City was not good this year. They were terrible offensively. Terrible. And that falls on the quarterback. How many games, right? Oh my God, Patrick Mahomes always leads guys back. They lead them back in one score games. He's great. Well, this year, I believe
they weren't winning those games.
They're like 1-7 in one score games.
They were not winning those games or losing them. Their time is up.
And he was not good enough. They've aged out at a lot of spots. Are they done? I'm not saying they're done, but they need to do a lot of rebuilding. How can this be good for Kansas City? I'm not saying an injury to Patrick Mahomes is good for your organization, but how can it be good for them? If he's not ready to play next year, they're going to have to do something to establish the running game. And what will that do? That will make Patrick Mahomes better when he comes back if they can have a reliable running game.
Do you think Andy Reid is going to be capable of doing that? He's always run a pass-heavy offense.
But they're going to have to.
But I know I understand that they're going to have to. Do you think that he's capable of doing that? Even when he was coaching the Eagles, they still ran a pass-heavy offense.
But they had a running game with the Eagles.
Well, who was their running back that was there?
I don't know. Why don't you look it up at that time? But they absolutely had a running game when Donovan McNabb was their quarterback. They weren't throwing the ball 50 times a game. Just weren't doing it. I mean, the Eagles have always been able – when you play in the elements in the Northeast, you must be able to run the ball. And Kansas City is cold at certain times of the year, but you don't usually get that weather, the rain, the snow all the time in the winter. It's not as far north.
I think it was Brian Westbrook was the
Brian Westbrook was a damn good running back. That's right.
Yeah, that's it. But that's what I'm saying though, is they had a good running back. So was it as much Andy Reid, revitalizing the running game or creating the running game for the Eagles, or was it more so the fact that they had a good running back?
Yeah, I was going further back. I was thinking Wilbert Montgomery, but I'm like, no, that was when Vermeil was coach. He was
LaShawn McCoy. D ended up commenting here. I think LaShawn McCoy was like right at the end of his tenure there with okay,
but LaShawn McCoy was a damn good.
Was another good running back. Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying though. I think it's more so the fact that they had good piece, like really good running. Like I don't think Isaiah Pacheco is a great running back in the NFL.
What I'm saying is you can get running backs later in the draft. They're going to have to shift focus away from the passing game, which can make the Chiefs better in the long run. The problem that they're going to have is their defense is starting to age. Chris Jones,
how many years does he have left?
He's 35, and he was as good as he's always been in spurts, but not overall. Yeah. OJ McDuffie. I mean, they got the Carl Affis kid on one side. He's pretty good.
It's Trent. I think you talk about Trent McDuffie, right?
Yeah, whatever. The cornerback.
Trent McDuffie, I think it is. Yeah.
He's no sprint.
George Karlaftis has been really good.
He's been good for them.
Younger. He's still younger.
They have some young pieces, okay?
Yeah.
Which is great, but they're old in some spots too.
Yeah.
They have been unable to rebuild their offensive line.
Correct.
And they've been trying for a number of years. Back when, Mahomes was at his best, their O-line was damn good. Their defense wasn't the best. When they got Spagnuolo there as defensive coordinator, they were better. And I think their defense is way better now than it used to be. But they had so many Hall of Famers on that team that they were tough to beat.
Well, especially on the offensive end, yeah. I mean, you had prime Travis Kelce and prime Tyreek Hill.
Hall of Fame, they were Hall of Fame level at that point in time.
Yep.
And he was throwing, not dimes because he's always been I'm not saying he's a system quarterback, but he just throws to spots on the field and he lets his guys go get it. I think that's a lot of this offense is geared towards his creativity on the field for Kansas City. But that being said, if Kansas City can establish a running game to help whoever's quarterback, Gardner Minshew, somebody else, I do believe Patrick Mahomes will be back in at some point next year. I just think guys recover quicker from knee surgery than they used to in the past.
I hate to say it, though. I think Isaiah Pacheco has not been the same since the leg break. And I think they're going to need to go out and get another running back because I don't think he's going to be the answer for them improving their run game.
Backs for a dime a dozen.
No, I know that. I'm just saying I think the first step for them in the right direction would be trying to target a running back in the draft and trying to target some offensive line. That's what I would do if I was them.
Okay, now they're going to be picking high because Mahomes didn't make a lot of things got snapped today. And the biggest problem the Chiefs have going forward is they play in a division where they used to have cupcakes for every year.
They don't have cupcakes anymore.
They do not anymore. Yep. You have to play Denver and the Chargers every single year, twice a year. And the Chargers beat them twice this year. I've always give them trouble. And
think about the Chargers. Think about the Chargers team too. They're without their starting right and left tackle, all pro right and left tackles. I mean, that's huge.
Rashawn Slater.
Yes. Yeah. That's huge. I mean, they'd be a much better team with both of them back, and they'll be back next year. I'm just like,
so they're not going. The Chargers aren't going away anytime soon.
Nope. I do think the Chargers need to get some more weapons though for Herbert. I absolutely think that. I mean, Keenan Allen. How much more does Keenan Allen have left in the tank? Ladd McConkey was very underwhelming this year. The Hampton kid's been good when healthy. The running back. I feel like the running backs have been pretty good.
They're going to be good. And they're defensively, they're sound.
Their defense is very good. Yes.
Jim Harbaugh plays old school football. You know what? When an opportunity presents itself, I'm going to take the 3 points instead of doing something stupid in the fourth quarter of a game with 6 minutes to go. And you can have yourself a 48-yard field goal attempt to put yourself up 10 points against the lowly Saints. And you decide not to go for it. And then you lose right at the end. And so you don't have control of your own destiny in the NFC South, like Dave Canales did. These coaches do so much dumb shit. It astounds me. Stop looking at the analytics geeks. Stop looking at it. Stop looking at that crap. Put points on the board, jerks.
Agreed. Here is also, and I know we had mentioned this before the show, about Joe Burrow and his future with the Bengals. Here it says Joe Burrow got decked and his line barely cared. It might be over, man.
Defense have come out to play her on the road in the cold. Just a little love tap right there by Jones.
Fake. Everyone covered down the field, and he's just going to throw it out of bounds. And now a flag. One in the secondary.
Ted Karras, the one guy who goes over. You know who he used to play with?
Brady.
That damn straight, the New England Patriots.
Yeah, but nobody else even gave a shit that he got
They're
hit.
a loser. Cincinnati's a loser. They're a loser franchise.
And I know his comments that he had mentioned on his press conference. Now, of course, the press conference he had after the game today was a little bit different, probably because they told him to say certain things. But he had mentioned, he had referenced that, he plays because it's fun. He's like, it's not fun anymore. And people are insinuating that he could potentially be looking at either retirement or wanting out.
Well, that's up to him, right?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely is up to him. I mean, yeah, their team's a dumpster fire. They're super cheap organization. They don't care about the players there at all. Like, it's hard to believe that team 5 or 6 years ago, whatever, was literally in the Super Bowl.
It was because of him.
No, I know it was because of him.
I mean, and then, like I said, Mike Brown is cheap as shit. You're right there. They're poorly run. They're bad front office people. Terrible coach. How does Zach Taylor keep his job?
No idea. He's got to be canned after this year. You have to get rid of him.
But you know what? They don't like to pay anybody. Marvin Lewis was there 14 years, and I think he won one playoff game before they fired him. Every year they make the players, they get beat in the first round. At some point in time, you have to say enough is enough, right?
Yep.
I mean, sorry.
And now we're going to go ahead and look at Shedeur Sanders stats.
It's funny. I see that Shedeur Sanders. I saw something. I was watching Red Zone channel today, and they showed, Shedeur Sanders, they got some good rookie players, and look at Shedeur Sanders completing a big play. He's been there making big plays for the Browns. And I looked at his numbers. I mean, this kid sucks. He's like, I think he was maybe 50% completions for 177 yards. 40 of them was on that one play, and 3 interceptions.
That's what he is. He always has like one big pass play every game, and that's it.
And he's out there celebrating like, I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread out here. And I'm like, dude, you got rolled today.
So through 5 total games, 6 interceptions, and a 25.7 QBR rating. That is abysmal.
In 5 games. Terrible.
Yeah.
Again, Tell me, okay, what does it tell you? What's Cleveland going to do? You still have Deshaun Watson on your team. I mean,
look at getting another quarterback.
I mean, Dylan Gabriel's not the answer.
No.
Shedeur Sanders isn't the answer.
Well, I think they'll be hoping to pick high and can maybe get a quarterback in the draft. I don't know who they're going to look at getting. I mean, because you got to think it's between them and the Titans for the number 1 pick in the draft.
And the Raiders.
Yeah, that's right. The Raiders are really shitty too. It's between all 3 of them and the Raiders. Okay, so you got 2 teams that are in the market for a quarterback. The Titans are not. They have Cam Ward. They're not looking at picking up another quarterback. It's between the Raiders and them. So you got to look who are the top 2 quarterbacks that are probably going to be available in the draft that are coming out.
Fernando Mendoza is one, and the Moore kid from Oregon. Those are like the consensus top 2. I don't think it's a strong quarterback draft this year.
Yeah, I don't either.
But that said, every year we think it's a strong quarterback draft, and they come out and they all suck. Because you want to know something? They haven't learned the fundamentals. That's the thing I like about the Mendoza kid.
I'll say some of the quarterbacks are pretty good that came out. Drake May's draft class are pretty good.
Okay, do any of them have fundamentals? Any of them?
Drake May does.
Drake May doesn't have great fundamentals.
Okay. Were you talking about good quarterbacks or not?
I'm talking about fundamentals. Guys who throw the ball correctly, not 3/4 underhand. Does Caleb Williams do that? Nope. Does Jalen Daniels? At times he does. Does Drake May? He throws underhand too. Does Mac Jones? Oh, that's right. He's a benchy. Justin Fields? Where is he?
And D also said Giants are also the 2nd or 1st pick. Well, they're not going to be in the market for a quarterback either, since they got Jackson Dart. They're not going to look to pick up a quarterback.
Jackson Dart, how long does he last?
Thank you for reminding me that as well. Yep. How long does depends how many concussions can he survive. Let's be honest. I mean, he runs the ball way too damn much.
Right. See, that's the whole thing. He's going to be perpetually hurt. How long does he last?
Yep. Just like Jaden Daniels. I remember I was talking about this last year. I said, let's see how Jaden Daniels plays in year 2. Because I remember everybody, he's the greatest of all time. He's so good. He's so this, he's so that. I said, the style of play he plays is not conducive to lasting long. And guess what? He's been hurt twice this year.
It drives me. it drives me crazy. And that's just the way things are today. Everything is the greatest ever. No, not everything that happens is because people have memories about as long as their hair, okay, or the end of their nose. They just don't know what the hell they're talking about. To be great, you have to be good for a long, long time.
I want to comment something here. Speaking of somebody who I will take full credit on this, who wrote Trevor Lawrence off as being a bust, I'll definitely say I said they need to move on from him. He's been playing very, very well this year. Very well. I don't know what it is with the Jags, but they've really turned it around this year. And says Trevor Lawrence just had the best game in NFL history. Nobody has ever had 300 plus passing yards, 5 passing touchdowns, 50 plus rushing yards, and a rushing touchdown in an NFL game until now.
Okay, so he had one good game. And I'm not putting him down because he's been much better this year. The problem that Trevor Lawrence has had is the shitty coaching he's had.
I agree.
You had Urban Meyer. Then
awful.
You had Doug Peterson, who initially showed like he could be something, and then they fell apart. And now they got the Cohen kid, right? Isn't that his name? Who's the head coach there now?
I'm not sure. I'll look it up.
Okay. But he's a new head coach. All right. He's been better. His weapons have been better. Calvin Ridley was playing there. Calvin Ridley can't catch a cold. You notice why when his game started
Cohen,
picking up
yes, Cohen.
Okay. You want to know when his game started picking up this year, being a Trevor Lawrence? When they acquired Jacoby Myers. Jacoby Myers is a possession receiver who's always open, is going to move the sticks. He's going to get you, 6, 7, 8 yards. He's going to get you that first down when you need it. Guys need that. Brian Thomas took a huge step back this year. But
yes, his production has been nowhere near as good as last year.
What was Jacoby Myers? What was Brian Williams? He's a home run guy.
Brian Thomas. Yes. Yeah. He's deep down the field threat is what he is.
Now they have a guy who, you know what, he works underneath.
They can pick up those tough, 2-3 yard.
Get the first down. Move your chains. Yep. It gives you more opportunities.
Yep. I 100% agree. And then here it says video Rams star wide receiver Puka Nacua took a brutal hit to the spine area and the back of the head. Puka was originally unable to stand and has been taken to the locker room. Thoughts and prayers with Puka Nacua. Just a brutal day of injuries, which I do agree. A lot of injuries today. A lot.
Yep.
You can roll the clip here.
Again. Go. Again, why is this not in landscape mode, photographer person? Why is everything in portrait? You can't see anything of what's actually happening.
But yeah, not looking good for Puka.
Did he come back, though? I know Davante Adams went out with a hamstring injury.
I do have that as well. If you give me 2 seconds, I can play that real quick.
Now, it would not surprise me if he was eventually worse off than Puka Nacua.
And said this looked awful. Rams star wide receiver Davante Adams collapsed and went down with an injury while the ball was being thrown in the air. Adams has been dealing with a hamstring injury, and this did not look good at all. He probably tore his hamstring, if I'm being honest.
Looks like here that perhaps he got weaseled. Pop goes the weasel. That hammy. Boink, that's it. He knows.
I think he probably tore his hamstring. Well, so with potential, I don't know if Puka came back. I'll look it up and see if Puka came back. But with him probably out for the remainder of the year with the torn hamstring.
Well, we don't know if he's out for the remainder of the year, but I think he won't be playing next week. And they have the luxury of having, I think, a game and a half lead now, or something like that over the Packers. I don't know what their lead is over the Bears, but I mean the Rams are good though. The Rams are good. I mean, I think it's been a really down year for football. The Rams could be the best team in the league, honestly.
Okay, Puka Nacua did return to the game.
Okay,
so he's fine.
So I thought he came back.
Yes, but yeah, Davante Adams did not return. So.
Okay.
Yeah, well, with Davante Adams being out, I really wonder how well that team's going to be down the stretch.
I think
he's got a lot of production this year for them.
I think Sean McVay is a great coach.
I think he is too.
And Matthew Stafford has been good this year. Naku has been great. They have a two-headed backfield now with Kyron Williams and Blake Corum. It just kind of is what it is. I think they're going to be fine, though.
Christmas came early. The Chiefs have been eliminated from playoff contention for the first time since 2014.
I mean, I would say going into next year, they might not make it. I know it's a little early yet, but they also have issues with salary cap. They have a lot of guys who make a lot of money. Are you going to cut Chris Jones, move on for him? That really weakens your interior, which has not been great against the run this year. Patrick Mahomes makes a boatload of money. He's not going to be playing next year to start the year. I mean, they have a lot of money tied up in a lot of players, and I understand why you do that, honestly. Yep. When you're on a run like that, you want to, a dynasty-type run.
You want to try and maximize as much as you can.
As long as you can. Absolutely.
Now, this here says Buffalo's 21-point comeback win is the largest by a visiting team in the history of Gillette Stadium.
Their defense, the Patriots' defense was horrible
in the second half of that game.
Well, and the end of the first half.
Yeah.
They gave up 5 straight touchdown drives. And I think at one point in the fourth quarter, they had Buffalo had like an advantage, like 31 plays to 10. Yeah. I mean, you can say that, they had a couple of 3 and outs for New England, but if your defense can't get off the field, your offense has a hard time getting into any other rhythm when they're sitting on the bench all that time.
Yep. Nope, I agree.
And that's okay. Is New England supposed to win the whole thing this year, regardless of what their record is? No, I think they've outperformed. They played the weakest schedule in the league, which helped them. Kudos to Buffalo. Being down 21-0, you got to think, oh, man, we lost to this team earlier in the year. We know we're going to make the playoffs. All right, we lose today. We close out against some shitty teams. We're still going to make the playoffs in the wild card spot. They said coming into that second half, nope, we're going to win this game. And they did. They won it. New England didn't lose it. They won it. They made plays. And Josh Allen, best football player on the planet right now.
Yeah, I think Josh Allen's very good. I do want to post this here. A little bit of high school state championship football for you here, Grumpy. Boy. It says, This ending to the high school state championship game was wild. Shaw was 1 kneel down away from winning a state championship, but an early celebration led to a late St. Charles comeback win.
My God, this kid should get cut.
In a season, much less one, right? He had his.
What a dope. What a
team
dope.
Ready to play tonight. He had his defense ready to play tonight.
Well, a Shaw player took off his helmet thinking that was the ball game. Touchdown of the season for St. Charles Catholic was done by Kriston McLean. They blocked it. And look at this. Look at this. St. Charles Catholic's got new life. Redemption on his mind.
It's a long kick.
High snap. They get it down. It heads to the uprights. It is good. Oh, my goodness.
That's the worst way to lose. That kid is going to be vilified in school come Monday. And at his 50th anniversary, hey, if he's still alive, hey, remember when you cost us that state championship?
That's got to be
that down.
That's got to be brutal.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I don't know how you're literally now you're internet famous for, honestly, effing up. Like,
dumb.
Yeah, honestly, I feel, I know that kid's going to be getting a lot of hate, and I feel for him because it's going to be rough. That's all.
He's smarter. You know what? You know what? His career is probably going to be high school gym coach.
And you know what? He'll probably coach at the same high school, and all the kids will be like, "Yeah, I saw the clip of you screwing our school over a state championship."
Like, do you remember the movie The Best of Times with Robin Williams?
Yes, he'll be the Robin Williams character.
He'll be the Robin Williams character where his father-in-law sees him, and because he dropped the ball, they could have won the championship. And he fumbled forever.
People just start taking their hats off and throwing them up in the air when they see him. That's what'll happen.
Right. When he walks down the street, hey, woo!
Thanks, buddy. Oh, my gosh, that would be awful.
You know what? Got to be smarter.
Yeah.
Don't be
Honestly,
stupid.
I think the best thing he could do is not react to it and just laugh it off. That's the best. Honestly, the best advice I give to him is do that, because if you do that, people won't rag on you about it.
And
That's the best
hopefully
thing you can do is just laugh it off.
maybe he can go to sports card conventions and sign his name on that picture. Should have kept my hat on. Joe Blow from the Alamo, whatever the hell his name is.
And then here's another college football. It says absolutely insane way to win the state title here from Florida 7A.
Why there's so many A's and so many numbers of this all of a sudden?
I don't know. I'm surprised we're not up to like 15 or 20.
I mean, I remember North Carolina when you guys were playing.
It's 1 through 4.
1 through 4. Now it's up to 8. And the 3A, I just want to say before you roll this, in the 3A, I tried calling yesterday, you didn't pick up. There was at half, just going into half, there was a score of one game.
I saw it. It was played at Lenore Rhine, and there was like 90-something points scored in the first half.
It was 55-41. It wound up being 81-41 was the final score. And I'm like, they just.
Is there any defense at all?
What do they? No, here's what they do. They spread the whole field out. They put the best athlete at quarterback. And
run around.
You don't have enough athletes on defense to stop those kids. Yep. That's what I mean by that's why football sucks, because nobody teaches kids fundamentals. It's just a street ball game. Look who can run the fastest. If the way to be a high school quarterback or a college quarterback is to be fast and shifty and just have a good arm. It doesn't matter if you have a brain and know how to read defenses, but man, you can run, you can throw the ball down the field, and maybe a wide receiver makes a play. It's a shame. It's just dumb.
Will be throwing to that end zone where the wind
has
been in the face traditionally, but the wind has quieted down. In the shotgun, 8 seconds to go in the game. Grubbs drops back to pass. This will be the final play of the game. Grubbs, 4, 3, 2, 1. Barring penalty, final play to the 5. Deflected, caught, and he's brought down at the 2-yard line. No, he's not. He's in the end zone for a touchdown. Goodness gracious. It's a call by Schultz.
Okay.
Lateral to the left side, and in the end zone for a touchdown goes Samarius Brundage Jr. Goodness gracious me, oh my! Touchdown, Lake Mary! From 43 yards out! Lake Mary's a point after away from winning the 7A state championship!
Did somebody lateral it too? Was there a lateral in there also, they said?
So the kid who caught the ball ended up like handing it off to another wide receiver who grabbed it and ran it in because he was going to get tackled.
They were thinking. Yep. Whoever it was thinking.
Well, the other wide receiver ran to him, ran up to him, and the kid was smart enough to say, hey, yeah, take it, run it in.
Look at how many of the other team wound up getting caught just standing around as this was happening.
Yes,
instead of all just blasting at these guys at the end, laying them out. Can we see it again? I just want to see it again.
So here, you got 3 guys trying to tackle this one kid.
And he's brought down at the 2-yard line.
And he hands it off. And you had 2 kids over here. The one kid over here, 2 is just not even, 2 fell on the ground, not even moving. 4 is not even paying attention. Look at 4.
Yeah.
4 is just kind of hanging out. Oh, now I got to run.
Too late.
Yep.
And look at that kid, number 22. Says, yep. I mean, you got the first kid who makes the catch. He's not quitting. He's not going down. He's not giving up. He's like, okay, go ahead, Johnny. I'm going to hand it to you. And he's like, go ahead. Can this number 7? He's got his hands on him. Looks like he might stop him. No, he throws him into the end zone. Touchdown. And there's no instant replay. One thing about no instant replay, particularly in high school, man, some of those calls are just horrible.
Oh, yeah.
Really freaking bad.
Oh, yeah.
I remember when TJ, his team lost in the state semifinals, there was a holding penalty because the warden was the photographer, and she got a picture of something where there was a holding play when they had a big touchdown run.
A kickoff.
Had the guy yanking on the back of his jersey as he's trying to make a tackle, pulling back on him. No call, led to a touchdown. Terrible.
Yep. We'll get to some comments. Then I have one last video that I want to show you, Grumpy.
Okay, X. I like that.
I think you'll like this last video.
Get to the old comments, X. Google says the only thing missing from the great Pat LaFontaine Islanders Hall of Fame ceremony would have been at the very end if he said, and lastly, I'd like to thank the grumpy old man. That's true.
Ooh,
that would have been
nice.
Gungun also adds, are the Jets dumb enough to bring back Aaron Glenn for a second stink bomb?
Could be.
Gents, what was your favorite sitcom? Now, do you have any? I cannot see the Jets bringing back Aaron Glenn. He sucks. He's a shitty coach. But we knew that going in.
What's your favorite sitcom, Grumpy?
Do you have one?
Yeah, I know. I really enjoyed the George Lopez show. I like that a lot.
Okay, I thought you were going to say The Office.
Oh, I wouldn't consider The Office a sitcom, would you?
Absolutely, it's a situational comedy.
Oh, okay, then yeah, it's The Office. The Office is my favorite TV show of all time. So
there's so many sitcoms.
Okay, I would consider The Office a comedy. I wouldn't consider it a sitcom. I consider it's filmed differently than a sitcom. It's just, to me, it's got a different style of the way that it's filmed from traditional sitcoms, I guess.
It's not like one camera, like a standard. Okay, we're just gonna one camera on a situation. I mean, there's so many great sitcoms. The Honeymooners from back in the day was great.
It was really good, yeah. I also like the George Lopez show. The George Lopez show was really
George Lopez show was good.
Yeah.
Seinfeld
was good.
MASH was good. Cheers, Wings
was good.
So many, and it's about characters. I can't name a favorite where I'm like regular, like a drama show. Different genres to me. I'll just say drama. The Shield, NYPD Blue were great police procedurals. 24 was a great drama show.
Yeah.
Particularly like the first, 5 years were just tremendous. But sitcoms, I mean, if I had to pick one, man, those Honeymooners episodes, they stand up to this day. To this day, I dare anyone to watch the Honeymooners and not laugh at some point during those shows.
It's tough.
It's hard. The characters were so good. They played so well. And you ever heard of the Flintstones, X?
Yes.
Okay. That was an animated version based on the Honeymooners. Same thing.
Yep.
Freedom Fund Adventure says the Michigan coach had a Sun X level meltdown.
Here we go.
Mike Kelly, NHL, tweeted over 60% of the Islanders' wins have featured a goalie steal this season. Most of the NHL. He gives more details. We'll talk about this on Wednesday. Islanders Never Say Die podcast.
Yes.
But Ilya Sorokin has been just lights freaking out.
And I'll say one thing. We got to start giving the Islanders their flowers. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm not giving they were dominated by Tampa again yesterday.
Okay, they're still winning games.
Here's what I'm saying. Here's what I would say. If the awards for the end of the season were held today, Ilya Sorokin wins Vezina Trophy. Matthew Stafford wins Rookie of the Year.
Yep.
Period. It's a long way to go.
I'm just saying, I think we need to start respecting them a little bit more. Granted, I will say, when do you think the fall will begin?
Okay. As soon as Ilya Sorokin isn't, putting up, half a goal a game.
I was going to say, based off of the way the team's been playing all year, probably when we play a team that we should be beating.
Well, we're going to see a bunch of them coming up.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying, though.
Sorokin, ever since they made the goalie coach change for the New York Islanders, the first couple of games, Sorokin was still getting his feet under him, but he's been sensational ever since. He's been, best goalie in the league right now.
Yep.
Name it somebody else who's better. Maybe the Wallerstadt kid from Minnesota. He's been good, but Sorokin has just been sensational. Sensational. He made so many tremendous saves yesterday against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay should have won that game going away. I think they had like the numbers like goals expected or something like that. They had like 5 to 2 for the Islanders. And the Islanders scored a couple of fluky goals. We'll talk about it, like I said, on a couple of breakdowns by Tampa Bay. And that's what led to their goals. And the Islanders just hung on. They just hung on. And Sorokin was phenomenal. Freedom Fund Adventure says, I'm not giving little bastard X any credit for stock in the water. He's just trying to butter you up for an improved Christmas present. I don't trust anything he does.
Even when I do right, I can't. I can't win around here. Can't do it.
He may be asking pretty please with sugar on top. Gungun says, and how much did you steal from the house on the way out today, X?
What?
How much did you steal out of the house?
I had one drink. I grabbed one drink. Chill.
Sure.
Chill.
How much dessert did you have today, as well as the meal? How was the meal today? Was it good?
It was good. It was good.
How good? Really good?
It's all right. I've cooked better.
Oh, well, that's not true.
Really?
Gungun, really?
Your plate would say otherwise after I cook you your meal.
Gungun said, "Why was it so hard for Sherrone Moore to keep his pee-pee in his pants?" Grumpy, can you sing us some of the disco classic, "The Last Dance for Love"? You know who sang that song? Donna Summer.
Oh, very nice.
Ooh, love to love you, baby.
You know what I thought he was going to say? Put
Bad
on
girls,
your red shoes and
beep, beep.
dance.
Bad
Dance.
girls. Freedom Fernando says, it was so wonderful and heartwarming to see the Miracle on Ice hockey team being honored in the Oval Office by President Trump. Kenny Morrow looks great. Great honoring Pat LaFontaine too. I agree. Freedom Fund Adventure adds, some of those pundits are just racist and race hustlers. True. No one should ever hire Moore again. He's a dangerous criminal and should be headed to prison. Only idiot would send their kid to him. I don't think he's going to get a head coaching gig. I don't think he established himself enough, but I think he will get a job eventually as a DC or a position coach. Eventually, not right away. Freedom adds once again, Jason Whitlock did a breakdown of rigged NFL games. I know he did. I didn't look at it. I saw it. You know, sometimes you ever go on your YouTube feed and then it like disappears if you don't click on it right away.
Yes.
That happened with this. I did want to see it, but something else was a little bit more interesting, and I couldn't get back to that. Based on Dave Portnoy's exposition, I think is what he wants to say. It's interesting. I would have sent it to Son X, but he's such a massive D-bag that he never shows anything I sent. Is that true,
Okay.
X?
No, here's the thing. I do not have access to the accounts that are logged in. If you look at the way X is featured now, you have to have a PIN to log into the messages. I can't get that PIN. Another X member of the show has access to that and gets the PIN sent to him.
Ooh.
If he's not available to talk to, I can't get the PIN. I can't get in the messages.
Oh, boy.
Don't shoot me.
I don't know anything about that. Gungan says, how many injuries to NHL stars this week took place? If you were keeping track on paper, would you run out of space? There have been a lot of injuries in sports, period.
Period,
like, hockey has had a lot. My fantasy team has like 5 guys on injured reserve right now. But just in all sports, a lot of injuries, lots of injuries. Don't know why, just happen to be a lot of them. Gungun adds, can Mendoza save the crappy Jets? No. Once he finds out Aaron Glenn will be his head coach, double no. Will he break out in sweats? I don't think the Jets are going to have the worst record in the league.
No, and again, I don't think that kid is going to change any teams in the NFL.
I agree. Gungun says, do the Mets know what they're doing, letting some of their best players walk? Will Edwin Diaz's first pitch be a balk? I'll say no to the balk, but I'll also say they lost Pete Alonso, who went to the Orioles. They traded Brandon Nimmo.
And Pete Alonso got a huge deal.
Yeah.
By the Orioles, too. I was shocked because I was like, he's older.
And he doesn't play any offense.
Yeah. Oh, you mean defense?
Defense. Yeah. I'm sorry. He doesn't play any
all he does is play offense.
Well, he's a home runner bus guy, right?
Yep.
I mean, pretty
Oh,
much.
yeah.
I think his batting average was much better this year. But the Mets, the Mets have holes in their lineup now, right? They got a second base. They traded for Marcus Semien, who's second baseman, 35 years old, and they gave up Brandon Nimmo. I'm not saying Brandon Nimmo was the greatest player ever, but he put up numbers for them playing center field. Was he as good as he used to be? No, but neither is Marcus Semien. Then they lose Edwin Diaz and Pete Alonso, and they sign Jorge Polanco, who's a second baseman / third baseman. And he's in his 30s as well. I don't know what the hell they're doing, but whatever it is, they're not going to be as good as they were last year.
Yep.
Help in the outfield. Kyle Tucker is still available. Why aren't they going after him? I don't know. You tell me. Yankees suck too. Another disastrous season waiting to happen.
And Helen Yeller
says, yo, what's up, guys?
What's up, guys? Yep.
Go Rams, Super Bowl champs. I think they're probably the best team in the league right now. Denver
He's playing really well right now.
Watch out for Denver. They just win, and they keep games close. I think the Rams are better, but you never know.
Yep.
Google says, will Polanco put the Mets over the top? Nope. Will the ticket prices drop? Well, that's not happening.
They're going to probably raise.
And after today's performance, is Josh Allen the new people's champion? He'll never be the people's champion. Never. I like Josh Allen.
Good,
I think
but
he's great. I think he's the best player in the NFL, but you got to win. You got to win to be the people's champion. Freedom Fund Adventure says, Bridgeport won both games this weekend. Anyone watch Shorzy?
I do watch Shorzy.
I wonder if the game they had versus the Under alumni would be part of the show.
If it is, it'll probably be on the next season. If they do decide to put it in. But yeah, I do watch the show. The show's good.
I watched the first episode and a half of Shorzy. The warden wanted nothing to do with it. So
you gotta watch it on your own. It's good. It's funny. It's good.
It does look funny. I think, a couple of female owners of the team. Is that correct?
Yes.
And the guys are just, they're guys.
Yeah.
And like I said, I watched the first. I liked it. It's like a show. It's made in Canada, isn't it?
Yes.
Canadian show.
Canadian show. Correct.
It absolutely has a Canadian feel to it.
Yeah.
And I do want to watch the whole thing. How many seasons are there, X? Do you know?
Want to say there's 3, if not 4 seasons that are out. There's definitely 3. I don't know if there's a 4th or not, but there's absolutely 3. I know that for a fact.
Freedom Fund Adventure says they probably won't, but I wonder if Michigan donor,
Miami Dolphins owner Steve Ross might trade Coach McDaniel to Michigan. He doesn't want to fire him in Miami, so maybe this helps everyone out. No,
they have the guy who's taking over the interim head coaching tab is a 64-year-old finance guy. I'm like, what? And also, did you hear some of the fallout for Sherrone Moore? Is their quarterback who they put all their eggs in that quarterback kid. He started as a true freshman this year. I didn't think he was that good. He's going into the transfer portal.
The Underwood kid.
He's going into the transfer portal. That's bad news for Michigan. Whenever you see something like this happen, it's never good for the program. That's why they try to keep it hush-hush. They don't want to get rid of guys.
Well, you're going to see that now in college with the whole NIL and the ability to transfer all the time. You're going to see that everywhere, where if a team plays poorly and a kid's like, you know what, I have no shot to win anything here. I have no shot to boost my draft stock here. I'm going to go somewhere else. That's just going to end up happening.
Alex Monroe, Derek Monroe's brother, says, X, do you drink fluids out of a Oklahoma University Frost Buddy or just use it to keep cans and bottles cold?
I'm going to be honest. I didn't even know you could drink liquids out of this. I thought it was just meant for cans, like a koozie. So no, I have not drank liquids out of this, but I do like the koozie feature, and Alex Monroe got me this. So thank you, Alex. I've been using it very much. Very much. I've been using this.
Now, Alex, I do have a question for you. Is Derek on suicide watch with, Patrick Mahomes injury?
The Chiefs.
The Chiefs absolutely sucking out loud all year. Probably their dynasty over in tatters, destroyed. How is he doing? I just want to make sure he's okay, because he texted in a couple times, but he wasn't his usual rambunctious self, making ridiculous comments like how Patrick Mahomes is better than Tom Brady. Well, we know that's not true. So we're just checking up on him. Freedom Fund Adventure says, George, I don't know who George Lopez.
George Lopez. No wonder you have no comedy chops.
Son X.
I watch old shows on a channel. Married with Children was really good. I've seen that. I really like that show a lot.
Maud,
a Wiki Cut Downs, and then Jefferson,
Company. The Jeffersons and Three's Company. I don't think you've ever seen Three's Company or Maud or the Jeffersons.
I have seen Married with Children. That show is absolutely hilarious.
It was funny.
Al Bundy.
They could not make that show today.
Al Bundy.
Or his thing. Not that they could.
Polk High, baby.
They wouldn't.
From Polk High.
Freedom ads. Grumpy, was coaching your kids a good decision and use of your time, or do you wish you coached more talented kids? Think of how good the Warden's photos would have been with kids who could actually play. Well, I will say
awful.
TJ was really good at football, really good. Let me tell you something. The Warden could take it ahead. She could shoot the shit out of some pictures. Really good. She was really, really good at that. We have so many great photos of TJ and X playing baseball. Now, X playing football, that was another thing. He was not a great football player, but he was dynamic as a baseball player. So I give credit where credit is due. They both had different skill sets, and the Warden snapped it all. They're great. I love looking back at those photos. Alex Monroe says, Bo Nix, baby, over 300 yards and 4 TDs against Green Bay today, leading the race for the number 1 AFC seed. I think they're going to be the number 1 team in the AFC.
He's been playing really well. Right
now, they're a game up on New England, but I think they have other things where they're ahead of New England for strength of schedule, conference record, whatever it is. I think that they have more of an advantage. They have to play the Chiefs. That should be an easy win.
Yep.
They play the Chargers the last week of the year. And I don't know who they play next week. But they're good. Sean Payton's a good coach. He's done a good job. And Bo Nix, he does what you want a quarterback to do. In big situations, he
wins games. Who wins games? I'll give him that. Yep.
Freedom Fund Ranch says, Grumpy, Son X is lying again. Notice how he doesn't have an issue receiving content from Drew. I don't just send on X. I send to the Islanders Never Gmail.
Oh, that's another reason why I don't have access to that Gmail.
I can give you that.
I don't have it. You can send me this stuff. You don't send it to me.
You could create your own email to receive content.
I could.
I send X things via text, and that's not good enough for him either.
Yeah.
Gungun says, why did Connie Corleone have such bad taste in men? Son X, which country has the most yen?
China.
China, okay. Why did Connie Corleone have the worst taste in men?
I don't know.
Well, Carlo gave her a beating.
We know that.
Then as Michael said, you travel around the world with men who treat you like a whore. That's not a good look for a Corleone.
Not good.
And you know what? Michael kept the receipts, didn't he?
That he did.
Kept the receipts.
Yep.
Alex Monroe says, D was pretty out of it after Cena called it a career last night. That's right. He freaking tapped out. Tapped out.
Oh my God.
Definitely one of the wrestling goats. Okay, dude, there's no such thing as goats. There's one, and I hate the term goat. I hate it. Just say greatest of all time. For any of these lamos who just, and Alex, I'm not saying you're a lamo, but since you use the word goat, I guess I am.
You're lumping him in.
Say, greatest of all time. Does it take that much to type it in? The saying greatest of all time, is it breath control? I don't know. I have no problem doing it. There's only one greatest of all time in wrestling. It's Hulk Hogan.
Speaking of GOAT, there was Lionel Messi went on what he calls a GOAT tour around India. And apparently he walked out there for about 10 or 15 minutes and left after that. And he was surrounded by an entourage of people. The people were that bought tickets there were hoping to actually see him and hope that he would like talk or do something. Needless to say, he did not do that. And the fans who bought the tickets there proceeded to destroy the entire stadium.
Wow.
Lit stuff on fire, destroyed the entire stadium. Yes.
And then Alex finishes up. Hate to see him go, but time gets to all of us. Cool to see everyone pay their respects last night. I just hate how he just dyed his hair that brown color.
Yeah, he should have just let it go or shaved his head. Like, do what Kurt Angle did.
Yeah,
I actually saw some interesting an interview that they had. Apparently, Vince had said that Edge and Kurt Angle were going to have a match. And he said the whole time, he was like, hey, yeah, he's like, we're going to have you get he's like, you're losing your hair. He's like, you can either, get it like implants done or cut it off. Cause he's like, it's not a good look with what you have talking to Kurt. Yeah. And he was like, all right, well, he's like, I'll just cut it off or whatever. And he's like, great. He's like, we'll do a match. He's like, you're going to lose to Edge and we're going to have him shave your head.
Yeah.
He's like, beforehand, he's like, don't tell Edge this. He's like, we're going to go ahead and say that we're cutting his hair off. And the whole time he was sitting there, he's sitting up there in the stands. He's like, oh my God. He's like, I can't believe this. He's like not talking to anybody. He's like so depressed and so sad. Cause he's like, I can't believe I'm losing my hair, stuff like that. And, he waited. I guess Vince waited like right until the fight was about to happen. He's like, "Hey, yeah, we're not cutting your hair."
Well, it's funny because Edge had good hair.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And he was telling them that they were going to shave it off.
Kudos to Edge.
Yeah,
for not
and he said,
mouthing
"Yeah, he was like, all right, well, we'll do whatever we got to do." But he was like, you could obviously tell he was kind of pissed about it, like he wasn't happy about it. But
Don't you think that Edge wanted to say, dude, look at his hair and look at mine.
Absolutely.
You want to buzz my head
Hair,
and you let him keep that little whatever he's got going there. So, and it didn't hurt either guy's career, that's for certain.
Nope. And honestly, you want to know what I remember Kurt Angle the most is with the bald head.
Yeah, he was really good. He was really good. Yep. He was better than John Cena. Damn well. Way better. Google says, "Will Tony Cheens come back strong?" I don't know. Which film had a character named Long Duck Dong? Do you know what movie that is, Mr. X?
No idea. Sounds like Austin Powers.
It's not Austin Powers. It was a comedy from the 1980s called 16 Candles.
Okay, I've heard of
Molly Ringwald and Anthony Michael Hall and people like that. And a boyfriend named Jake. Gungun says, Son X, I once asked a former member of the podcast how important is good hygiene in life. Do you agree it could lead to strife?
I think good hygiene is very important.
Do you agree that it could lead to strife? If like you were like a smell dog or something?
Good. Yeah.
Okay. Gungun says, gents, I'm thinking of switching things up for breakfast. Suggestions? Dog food.
Dog food.
It's not something you'd normally eat. So if you really want to switch things up, eat something your dog would eat. Hard food.
Bacon hash browns, or do like breakfast wraps.
Breakfast wraps.
Yep.
Gungun's busy, I think. I don't think he's got time for any type of fancy thing to cook there. Freedom Fund Rancher says, Grumpy, will you coach baby Liza? Well, I'll tell you what, I don't want the hammerhead to be coaching her. That's for certain. You should show some photos of the boys' playing careers. Will North Carolina fellow fire Belichick? No. University of Florida assemble a great coaching staff again. Well, we'll find out. Phil Troutwine coming back to coach the offensive line. Well, we'll see. I think their biggest thing is they need some more talent.
All right, and then we'll play this. This is the last video to end the show.
Are these guys doing the YMCA here?
This says Chiefs have been eliminated from the playoff contention. Let's go ahead and watch this one, Grumpy.
If you gave me a chance, I would take it. It's a shot in the dark, but I'll make it. No, it won't hurt you. Can't shame me when I am with. There's no place I'd rather be. 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 When I am with.
You know, these guys have been practicing.
Place I'd rather be. Yeah.
Arsenio Hall going old school.
All right, we'll just end it on that. But yes, they have been eliminated from the playoffs, Grumpy.
Now, X, do you want to tell people that you texted what you texted to people today?
Well, I mean, that's fine. I'll say it. I said Mahomes injured and Chiefs eliminated from the playoffs. Christmas game early, boys.
Oh, that is not very nice, Mr. X.
What I said. That is what I said.
Not very nice. We have Alex Monroe.
Oh, yeah.
Saying
the last comment here. He said
chicken sausage with black pepper and cheese in it from Costco, the Kirkland brand. Pretty good.
Very nice.
Okay.
Good suggestion.
So there's a suggestion.
All right, Grumpy, anything you want to say before we log off?
I want to say love and laughter to everyone who listens and even those who don't, from Son X and the Grumpy Old Man.
And I want to thank everybody for coming out and listening as always. Love the interaction in the comments. And we will see you guys next time. Thanks, Grumpy.
My pleasure.